Welcome back to Amanda Makes a Mess. In this week's episode, we're going to do something a little bit different because I didn't really have any ideas for this week. And I didn't want to do 2 Reckless Journal videos in a row. So this week, we're going to do a page, or maybe a few pages, in my Mossery Sketchbook. I bought this sketchbook maybe a month ago. I actually intended to do an unboxing and draw something in it then and show you everything that came with it, because I didn't just get the sketchbook. I got the box that also came with Posca pens, this pencil here, 2 erasers, and the Mossery impromptu cards. These Posca pens that I'm going to be using today, I don't think are exactly the ones that came with the sketchbook, because I got 12 Posca pens with it, but they've since then been mixed in with my other Posca pens. I'm not sure what's what. So, for today, we're going to do a little tour of the sketchbook, what I've got so far, and then I'm just going to draw stuff. We might get through one drawing this week, we might get through half a sketchbook, I don't know. I'm filling this one up really fast. So, I'm thinking I'll probably be able to do a sketchbook tour at like the end of May, 1st of June, because I've only had it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that, and I've already filled up this much of it, even drawing on both sides of the page. This is really nice. I really like it so far. I got the mixed media one with, it's pink, it has cats on it, obviously. It's got my name here. And on the inside it has this pocket. It came with this little booklet with Mosstober 2020. It has I think this was like an alternate version of Inktober. It has the prompts for it here. And through this little book, it has some art and the artist that did it, and it's one for each prompt. And that's I think that's pretty much all that's in here. Some tips for Mosstober, which I may do this year instead of Inktober. I haven't decided yet, but I have a few months. I am actually following some of these prompts, even though Mosstober's over. But if I can't think of anything to draw, I might I'll follow some of those. So I filled out some of these pages that there's my Twitter and Instagram if you're interested. I filled out some of these pages, but I'm not going to read those. There's my quotes page. I went a little crazy with that. But I haven't filled out all of these yet. I'll probably get to that sometime. And, well, here's the welcome page with Marisol again. I started this on March 17th. This was a vintage makeup ad for Maybelline that I printed out and enhanced a little bit. It says accent your eyes, so I gave her some extra eye makeup. Oh, this is everything that came in the box that I got from Mossery. They had this blue color Eno pencil. I actually had the whole set of these a while back, but I lost most of them. So this was nice to get this. It had a 0.3 Pentel point liner, which I think is a type of, it's kind of like a micron pen. Some mint green washi tape. And these are the Posca pens that came with it. So it was a nice assortment. There was 12 of them altogether. This is actually white here. You can't really tell. They do chew up the paper in this notebook pretty bad, though. So yeah, if you're thinking about using them on this, you might watch out for that. This is Achieve the New Exotic Eye Makeup. This is another vintage Maybelline ad that I defaced. It says Achieve the New Exotic Eye Makeup, so I gave her some more eye makeup that I colored her lips. I don't like the way I did the nose though. This is my playlist for Sketchbook 13. I don't have very much here so far. Happiness by Taylor Swift, Long Story Short by Taylor Swift, Firework by Katy Perry, Champagne Problems by Taylor Swift, and Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles. I left this page blank, even though I'm drawing on the front and back of all the pages. This one's blank, so I can continue my playlist here if I need to. If I don't need to, I'll just draw something here at the end. This is one of those Mosstober prompts for Firework that made me think of Katy Perry's song Firework. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I wrote lyrics over this with the gold Posca pen. I'm not crazy about that gold. I like the Deco Color gold pen, like the one Mira Byler has, if you've seen her videos. I've gone through 2 of those and I'm on my 3rd one. I actually think I'm running out of ink on my 3rd one. I need to go get another one of those. The back of this, the background, the black part, I didn't want to waste Posca pen, so I used a cheap paint pen from Walmart. I'm not happy with it at all. It's a little sticky, and it's the only paint pen that bled through onto the next page. You can see it a little bit here still. But here's another spring drawing of Marisol. I didn't outline this one, because I kind of liked it this way. Here's a little bunny, since it was close to Easter. The bunny smelling a sunflower. I didn't let the black ink that I outlined it with here have time to dry, so it smeared a little bit, but I'm not unhappy with it. These are supposed to be the same girl. I wanted to use warm colors on this one and cool colors on this one. This was for the Mosstober prompt Moth. I think it was Moth. I'm pretty sure. So like this is her in the day or at sunset when the sun is setting over the water in her sunglasses. And this is her at night, or maybe it's a bad day and a moth just landed on her face. I don't know. It'd be a pretty bad day for me if a moth landed on my face. This is the same girl. I drew this one freehand. I traced it. Then I put the tracing paper, the side that I had drawn on, down, and then went over the lines again to get the same drawing on this page. And I wanted to do this with darker colors. This was pastel colors. And this is the silver Deco Color pen that I used on here. I wanted to do this one with the gold one, but like I said a few minutes ago, I'm about out of ink on my 3rd one of those. So I've got to go get another one before I finish this. This was just going to be an orange cat with darker orange stripes, but I don't know. For some reason, I decided to give him rainbow eyes and rainbow stripes. This is intended to look like, I actually did this earlier today. This one is intended to look like a sunset or maybe a sunrise. It could be either, I guess. But it's intended to look like stained glass over the ocean, but this does not come out looking very much like sand. So maybe it's like a muddy river or something, I don't know. It could be anything. And this was for Inktober 52. I'm not doing all those prompts this year because I tortured myself with that last year. But this one is... It's just Merida from Brave. The Inktober 52 prompt for last week was Brave. So, that's Merida in my art style in Posca pens. That's the first time I've ever drawn her, so I don't think it turned out too bad. This was for that Mosstober thing. The prompt for it was Blade. I actually used this Deco Color marker, the silver one on here. Yeah, that's supposed to be a Hello Kitty dagger, because I really like the whole pastel goth thing. Like, everything I own is basically that. Um, that's not a good Hello Kitty, though. That's a terrible Hello Kitty. The rest of it I like, I think. I don't know how you're supposed to hold that. It doesn't look very functional. And this is the one that I'll be working on tonight. I'm going to start with this one, and we'll see how many of these I get through. And I'm just going to keep drawing, keep painting until probably Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. And we'll see how many I get through, and that will be how many I do for this week's video, or until I get too much video footage. Well, one or the other. But I'm also shooting next week's video at the same time, so I don't know how many I'll get through. I think I'll get through less than I would otherwise, but I am on vacation from work this week, so I will have extra time. So we'll see what happens with that. So let's get started with this one, and we'll see how many of these I can do. For this drawing, I used that silver deco color pen for my line art because I wanted to do line art, but I didn't want that harsh black outline that I usually do. I wanted to do this drawing to color all in pastels. So I've actually thought about doing gray, but then I found the silver pen laying there and decided I would use it instead. So I hadn't planned on making this drawing pastel rainbow, but lately it seems like everything I color ends up having a pastel rainbow color scheme. So I think I'm going to ban myself from doing that in next week's video. But for this one, yeah, all three drawings that I do in this video are pretty much pastel rainbow. I colored the iris, I think that's called the iris, I hope, of the eye pastel colors. I made it stripes. I don't really know how to blend Posca pens. I'm not actually sure that you can, although that that would have been very helpful here if I had known how to do that. This drawing, by the way, was for the Mosstober prompt drama because, you know, if you've got rainbow eyeballs and you're crying rainbow tears, probably you're being really dramatic about something. Or maybe it just looks dramatic with that silver outline. I don't know. This was not a very well thought out concept. So after I colored the eye, I colored the slime or tears or whatever it is, the same color. I did the pupil in black. I colored the eyelashes and eyebrow here brown, but I kind of wish I had kept it black to keep the rainbow and black and silver color scheme because I think it would have looked better. So on to drawing number 2 now. This is my second drawing for this week. This is supposed to be a girl listening to music. I gave her this kind of gaming headset looking pair of headphones, I guess, because that's what I'm using this week. If you saw last week's video, well, if you heard last week's video, the sound was really bad. That's because my microphone broke. And I did order a new one from Amazon, but it didn't come in time for me to do this video. So for this week, I'm using my headset for my Xbox because that's the only microphone I have right now. So hopefully I get the new one next week. But for right now, this works okay. So this is number 2. I do actually have 2 more drawings planned. My original goal for this was 3, but it looks like I am going to actually get to 4. Hi, this is Editing Amanda here to tell you that no, I actually did not do the 4th drawing because this video was getting way too long and I did not want to make it any longer by doing that last one and didn't like the way it turned out anyway. And now back to the video. But I'm not going to show you those right now. Oh, but look at, it's reflective, but I did cover my table with some shelf liner. It's pink and white marble, and I think it looks pretty good. It takes out a lot of the darkness from my videos, and everything looks really lighter now. This, if I can get it all in there, yeah. This is actually my desk right now. This is what that looks like. Yeah. So I keep those cups back there full of art supplies. That way I can move them around easily, pull what I want forward, push the other ones back. Except my Alice in Wonderland cup, I broke that earlier. When I was cleaning, I knocked it off the table, but I hot glued it back together. You can tell the handle just came off. I think I can sand down the rough spots and then paint where it's white, where it's cracked. I think it'll be fine, and then I can put my stuff back in it. And there's my reckless journal, because I'm working on next week's video as well. But yeah, for right now, I'm just going to color this one, and then I have the other two that I want to get done this week. They are right here, but I'm not going to show you till I get to those. And so let's get back to coloring. Okay, so this drawing, in particular, the shape of her face, like with her nose, and that big swoop of hair that goes in front of her face, if that looks familiar, I was watching The Little Mermaid as I was sketching this, and I did not notice until later until I was watching this video to make sure that it had actually filmed. She kind of looks a little like Ariel. Some parts of her anyway, not the whole thing, thankfully, or I would have erased it and redone it, or just not put that in the video. But yeah, she looks like Ariel. And this one I did outline with gray Posca pen because I wanted to do pastels on this one too, but I didn't want to outline with that silver in a row. And I colored her hair purple. I made that decision because I'm about to dye my hair purple. It's pink at the moment, but the pink is getting old, and I've been letting it fade so I could dye it a different color. Uh, so yeah, that took forever coloring all that with a Posca pen while the Posca pen was doing its best to chew up this paper. It was kind of a nightmare, so I ended up cutting out most of that, which you'll see here in a second. It kind of skips right there. I do like this color purple, though. That's actually probably the color I'm going to go with my hair, if anybody's really interested. So, yeah, after I colored her hair, I did the background orange, because that's not a color I use a lot, and I felt like I would have the most paint left in that pen, because some of these pens I think are going a little dry. At first I was going to make her headset pink and white because that's the color mine is, and it's kind of based on mine. But I decided later on, you'll see here in a second, I put some teal on it because it was my other pastel Posca pen, and I didn't really know what to do with it. I don't use it a lot because I really don't like that teal color. It's very close to the blue Posca pen, or not the blue, and the green one is really close in color too. And I don't like the look of them together. I actually don't like the way it looks here against the pink either. But I didn't decide I didn't like it until like I was halfway done with this, and by that point it was too late. So it's just gonna be that color. Yeah, that right there where I hesitated was where I decided I didn't like it. But oops, too late. So I colored that nasty teal color. The pen wasn't working very well. And it was chewing up the paper. But I discovered that if you wait till it dries and you go back and rub it, those little chunks, they'll come off. You have to wait till it dries, otherwise that will smear the paint. I colored her skin yellow because I have flesh tone Posca pens. I just wanted to use the pastel colors on all of these drawings that I'm doing for this video. But I didn't have a pastel skin tone, and this yellow just came out so much brighter than I thought it was going to. It's very yellow. so she kind of looks like a Simpson. So we're making good progress. Here's drawing number 3. I'm getting ready to color it now, or to start on it anyway. I really do like the way this shelf liner makes everything look lighter than having just my desk did, because my desktop is black. This girl is supposed to be like some kind of water spirit or something like that. I drew her upside down so it looked like, so I could make it look like she was dripping, because I thought that the effect that she was made out of water would be more obvious this way. To be honest though, she's looking a little slimy. That looks too thick to be water, but we're gonna say it's water anyway. I want to color this one all in blue and white. And if you look over here, you can sort of see the next drawing, but we're not going to talk about that one yet, even though you'll probably see it as I'm coloring with my camera and the tripod. So let's get back to coloring with Posca pens, and after this there's only one more drawing for this week, and then I have to start editing. I ran out of time in the last drawing before I said it, but the last one was for the Mossery prompt jazz, because when I think jazz, I think music, so she was listening to music. This one was for the prompt spirit, so I made a kind of water spirit. I outlined it with my darkest blue Posca pen, and I did her eyes with with the medium blue and white, I think, and blended them together the best I could. Then I tried to color the background with that silver pen, but it took forever because I think I'm running out of ink in that one. I think I'm gonna have to get new ones of both it and the gold, but at least my rose gold is still working for now, so I have that. uh, but I cut out most of coloring the background because it just took me forever. I think it took almost an hour just for that, because I was running out of ink and I had to go back and cover up the little streaks. I made my mid-tone blue her skin color, which I wasn't happy with at first, but after I finished the whole thing and I saw that color next to her hair, I actually really liked it, because her hair turns out really light, and this mid-tone blue really stands out against the light color of her hair, which we'll see in just a minute here. I think actually throughout the whole thing, I ended up forgetting to color her eyebrows. I'm actually still not sure I colored her eyebrows. I guess we'll see. um, so yeah. Why did I leave all this in here when I was editing? I should have cut out all this where I was coloring her face. I thought I did. So now I have to talk through all this. Wow, this is boring. Okay, here we go. There we go. Now it picks up again. Why did I do that? I could have cut so much out of this video, made it so much shorter. But anyway, there we go. Her face is colored, and I'm actually experimenting with zooming in on what I'm doing at any given time instead of showing the whole picture. I think that gives you a clearer view of what I'm actually working on, because you don't need to see the whole picture. So I'm considering doing that in upcoming videos. Then I did, for her hair, I did the blue and white that I used with her eyes, but I did like this swirly wavy lines, hoping that it would look like water. And I think I got lucky in the end, because it took forever to do it that way, but I think it gave it a kind of three-dimensional look that I wasn't really looking for. But it did actually end up kind of looking like water in the end. So we're getting close to the end of the video now. I don't want to add more footage just to do an outro. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and comment if you'd like. I respond to almost all my comments unless I get really busy. And I upload every Saturday at noon, and I will see you next week. Goodbye for now.